we haven't had an avocado growing update in a little while, so let's go and check in and see how they're doing. G'day avocado enthusiasts, and welcome back to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree. And the first thing you'll notice is that the Avocado Lagoon is no longer here. We have no more use for it. So since our last video, I have drained it and put it away. The final 2 avocados that were in it, Finally and Chill, are now in pots. It's only been a couple of days since they were transplanted, but they're doing all right. And the fish that were serving our avocados by providing them with some nitrogen from their poo have been returned to the big fish tank. Now, these avocados haven't exactly thrived since we last spoke, since there was the last update. And I was a little surprised. We have fixed the problem, but this is what happened. A little while ago, I noticed that they were dropping lots of leaves. The leaves were dying and then falling off. And I was a little puzzled. The soil was fine. And then I realized that the grow light that we have here is fantastic if you are directly under it, but if you're off to the side, it doesn't offer as much light. And so with the Avocado Lagoon directly underneath it, and the avocados kind of not even on the table, but on chairs, trying to get as much light as they could, it just wasn't enough light. And the shed that they're in gets very little natural light as it is. So the leaves were being starved of light. Since moving them, rearranging them, and putting away the Avocado Lagoon, the problem has been resolved. They are growing new leaves, and the leaves are looking reasonable when they get enough water anyway. There was a little bit of time where they were a little too dry, but they're doing okay now. And I think that's a big part of keeping plants, certainly keeping avocados. There is an element of experimentation that we need to be engaging with if we want to keep our plants happy and healthy. We're observing and noticing what the plants are doing. We're noticing if things are going well, and we're noticing if there are problems. Then we adjust factors, we adjust certain things, and we try to fix them, or we want to continue whatever's going well. When I noticed that the leaves were dying, I first checked the soil, because that's usually the problem. If it's not draining well enough and they're getting root rot, it wasn't that, so it had to be something else. I moved them into a brighter spot, I moved them closer to the light, and I moved them eventually under the light when the fish tank went away. And since then, the problem has been resolved. The leaves are looking really good and they're growing them again. So it was an issue of not enough light, and that's part of keeping plants. It's about noticing what's going well, noticing what's not going well, and making adjustments in order to give them the best chance of living long and healthy lives. I'm a little concerned about the tree called Avocado of Light. It's looking a little bit poorly. Still, it hasn't regrown its leaves, and I'm a little nervous about that, but I'm hoping that will pull through. We'll keep you updated in the upcoming videos though. There's also some really bizarre shaped stems going on here, partly because of the way these trees were growing in the Avocado Lagoon. Some of them had fallen over and had started really growing with a bit of a turn. Once the plants that I just transplanted are a bit more established, I will be doing some things to shape them and correct the growth of their trunks, because we don't want to have really wild stems if we want them to grow to be standard avocado trees. So that's something to look forward to in a future video where I'll be doing some correcting. It's winter here now in Australia, so things are pretty cool, things are not very warm, so the growth of these trees is going to really slow down over the next few months. But in the springtime, we can expect lots of exciting growth where we'll probably end up putting them outside. But right now, these young trees, we don't need to put them outside for their first winter. We get frost outside, which avocado trees can handle, but they're going to be a little better off inside. The light's on about 10 hours a day at the moment, which is more sunlight than we're getting, and I think we're going to be all right. I do need to replace the flags at some point. These were just printed pieces of paper, and I realized that if they're going to be outside and we keep flags, printed paper is not going to work. So I'm going to need to think of a waterproof option that's going to hold the color and will do its job for longer. So if you have any ideas of things we can do for that, please leave your suggestions in the comments below, because I need to action that in the next little while, because I'm getting a little sad looking at the kind of black outlines of the colors that were once there. You'll also notice that a pineapple has made its way in amongst the grove. It's staying warm inside as well. This is the one that I started growing from a pineapple that I made a video about, and you can watch that video if you haven't already. It's in the description below. That's all for today. Not a big update. Things are chugging along fairly well. We did have a bit of a scare, but things are progressing nicely now. So all that's left to do now is thank you very much for watching this video, and I do hope that you enjoyed it and you've been enjoying watching these avocado trees grow, and you're getting lots of ideas for your own avocado growing journey. I should also mention that I have another YouTube channel which I'd love for you to check out. That's pretty cool, where I talk about all sorts of interesting things that I find just really cool, interesting, and I think inspire a sense of wonder. You know, the world is a really engaging place. There's so many things to be curious about, and I'm using That's Pretty Cool to explore some of that. So thank you once again for watching. Make sure you subscribe to Scott Grows an Avocado Tree so you don't miss any future updates. I'm also on Instagram at Scott Grows an Avocado Tree. Tag me using the hashtag Scott Grows an Avocado Tree, and I might feature your avocado trees in a future video. We'll leave it there for today. Thank you so much once again. Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree. Scott grows an avocado tree.